Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy Johnny Marvel, back again. So today I kind of just wanted to talk about like doing ish when you don't feel like doing ish. Sometimes you just got to do it. Like honestly, today I didn't feel like making a video. I kind of feel a little. I woke up kind of annoyed. I woke up kind of feeling like I don't know. I don't know if I slept too much or what it was, but I just kind of woke up on the wrong side of the bed and I did not want to do this video, but then I thought that's a perfect topic for a video. Probably should do it. And I'm trying to self-discipline myself. I didn't get a lot of discipline growing up. I don't know if you guys did. Some people do, some people don't. So like for the people who didn't, like me, you kind of have to, once you get older, put yourself in line. You know what I mean? You got to be your own disciplinarian. And so that's what I'm trying to do. I haven't always been really good at that. Like my whole life growing up, I never really did homework. Homework's a great example because I never really did homework even though it affected my grades. But I was like, I don't care. Until I got to like senior year of high school and my GPA was horrible. And I was just kind of like, dang, I have to do this. Like I have to get my stuff together. So then that year, I went from like being a C, D, sometimes B minus student, only based on like not doing like homework. Like I would always do good on tests. I would always do good like when it came to showing if I know the stuff, it always did good. But my work ethic and discipline was horrible. So I never did that. Until senior year, then I went from never being on honor roll my entire life to being on honor roll like I think either all 4 terms or like 3 of the 4 terms, and then I snuck my way into college. Freshman year of college, I went back to my old ways. I was like, all right, well, I'm here, cool. Didn't do what I want, didn't do anything I needed to do, kind of just partied, and just kind of messed around. So then I got on academic probation. Sophomore year, I was on academic probation, and I was like, am I really about to get kicked out of college? Like I'm way too smart to be getting kicked out of college. There's no way this is not gonna be me. I can't do this. So I had to like, that's when I really turned it on, like all the way through to the end of college. I was super disciplined, nothing but A's and B's. And this was crazy because my whole life I was a C student. Whole life, just based off of no work ethic, no discipline. And then I got to college, like I said, started getting things in line. And then like I would start adding extra things onto my plate. So that's in college is when I started modeling and acting. So there was a semester or two where I was doing a fashion show, a play, and I was getting like straight A's, maybe a B here and there. And it just felt like I had everything in order and I had everything in line. And that like discipline, once you get over that little hump, I know that feeling of like, I don't want to do it. I'll just do it later. Procrastinating was my middle name. I would just be like, I'm gonna do it later. So I would always like, that's how I'd end up with like B's and C's, sometimes D's if the work was really hard, but like most of the time I end up with a C because I would just put something off all the way until the day right before it was due. And then I was smart enough to just figure out how to get something out. And most of the time it would be like a B or an A that I would produce, but it was like, you know, like when you pass something in late, they take 10 points off for each day that it's late. I pass it in on like the 3rd day and then get like a D on it because it's really an A or a B, but they took 30 points off. So I get, you know what I mean? I'm starting behind, and that's what you do when you procrastinate. You put yourself in a deficit. You put yourself in a hole that you got to dig yourself out of. And it's like, if you just did it initially, you wouldn't have to be in that hole and you would be able to just, you know, go from success to success to success. You know what I mean? So it's like, when you don't want to do things, you just got to discipline yourself to do it. And so a way that I do it is, I forget her name. I'll put it in the description box below. I'll put it in the description box below. What is her name? I can't think of it. That's crazy. Her last name is Robbins. I don't know if I'm getting confused with Tony Robbins, but she created the 5-second rule, where it's like you make sure that if you're gonna do something, as soon as an idea pops into your mind to do something, and as soon as an action idea pops into your mind, like, okay, I want to do this, you have 5 seconds to do it before it fades into procrastination zone, where it's like, okay, let's say I think the example she used, a good one, was when you're waking up in the morning and your alarm goes off. So your alarm goes off, you're sleeping, alarm goes off. Now, you know you need to get up, or you're going to be late for whatever it is that you go to, because you already set the alarm to be as late as possible. So you already know that this is the latest possible time that you can wake up and get to where you're going on time. You already know that. So when you wake up, you know that. But you go off of how you feel. And that's what we got to take out. How you feel can't be a determining factor in whether you're going to take action or not. Your feelings, as heartless and cold as it may sound, your feelings don't really matter, because they change so much. They're not based off of like what you're actually going through. You could be feeling a certain way about something that happened yesterday that you never really resolved, and it's just the feelings lingering, and it's holding you back from doing anything else in your future because you're allowing it to. So in that moment when you wake up and you know, like, okay, I need to do this, logically, you know, your prefrontal cortex tells you, I need to get up now, or I'm not going to make it to where I'm going on time. Plain and simple. But your emotions, I forget the name of the part of the brain that controls your emotions, is like, I don't feel like doing it, I don't want to do it, no, I don't want to do it, no, I'm not doing it. And then a lot of times we fall into that because that's a powerful voice. And we go back to sleep and we're late. Or, I'm not going to do my homework, and I get a D in the class, and I have to take the class over. You know what I mean? So what you actually should do, what I try to do, is block out the emotion and be like, okay, Marvin, you have to get up and spring out and spring into the action, and just be, I'm kind of into like the zodiac signs and like numerology and stuff. So I'm a Aries. We're very action oriented, very like just impulsive, go off, just go do things. Like it could be to a detriment. It hasn't been like that for me. Usually it works out pretty well. And I'm also a life path 1, which is very similar energy, where it's like very like go. It's always about going. And so for a little while there, I was not doing that. I wasn't acting in my natural state. I guess I was like overly self-conscious or whatever. I just, in all of my life, I kind of was like super overthinking everything. And that's not, for me, that doesn't work, because and I don't think it really works for too many people. Some people are able to balance it. They can think to the extent, and they can think to a certain extent, but still take action. Me, when I do something, I overdo it, so I overthink and I don't take action, and I'm super unbalanced. But I think if in that moment where you wake up, you're like, okay, I gotta get out of bed, go. What she says, Mel, her name's Mel Robbins, I think. Mel Robbins. She says you have 5 seconds where that's possible, where it's possible for you to spring into action. And so what I would advise you do is spring into action with any ideas that you have, anything you want to do. Like don't do the waiting till Monday. Don't do the waiting till, okay, I'm just gonna wait till Monday, or no, I'm gonna wait till the next month. Like, we're in the middle of the month, I don't really want to start now, it's kind of weird, I'll just start at the start of the next month. Or no, you know what, well, it's October, I'm just gonna, you know, I really need to change my eating habits, or I really need to start fasting, or I really need to start working out, but no, I'm not gonna do it now. I'm gonna enjoy the way this feels. It's always about feelings that hold us. Our feelings always hold us back. And when it comes to taking action, taking the right action. No, I'm just gonna feel this. I'm just gonna feel like how good it feels to eat cheeseburgers, and feel how good it is to eat cinnamon rolls, and it feels good. Trust me, I know, I love cinnamon rolls. But you can't if you want to. You can, but if you want the proper results, you can't let those feelings take over. You need to spring into action as soon as the idea pops up. And that's something I really used to be good at when I was younger. It was like I was impulsive, and I would be like, okay, I see a movie and I wanna take a karate class or something. I would see like a kung fu movie and be like, okay, I wanna take a karate class, and then lo and behold, as soon as possible, I was in a karate class. Or if I was like, you know what, I wanna learn how to do this, I would just go do it. Last year, I had the opportunity to learn how to do a backflip. This girl I met in the gym, she was a gymnast, and I saw her doing handstands, and so she did a handstand, and I was like, wait, she could probably teach me how to do a backflip. Now, if I overthought it, and I was like, that'd be weird to walk up to her. Should I really do it? No. I could just probably yeah, okay, I'll just take a class and I'll learn how to do a backflip. You know what I mean? I could have done that, but what I actually did was, as soon as I saw it, I was so, like, this is where emotion actually can help. That initial emotion, before the fear, before the thought of the discomforting feeling of doing it, that feeling of, this is what I should do. And this is sometimes, waking up is not really like that, but in this situation, I use my emotions as a spring. So I was like, I really want to learn how to do a backflip. That's something I wanted to do my whole life. I'm gonna go ask her, and I just did it. If you just feel it and don't do it, then it doesn't work. You have to use it in tandem if you're gonna use it. So use that emotion as a springboard. Only when it's a positive emotion, though. I think you can only really do it if it's a positive emotion. So I was wrong earlier. Our feelings don't always hold us back. They can if we don't they can if they're negative, or if they're positive and we don't add action to them. But in that moment, I was like, I'm gonna go ask her how to do this. I'm gonna go ask her if she can teach me how to do a backflip. So I went, did it, bam. She was like, yeah, of course I'll teach you, blah, 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 whatever. So then I think that was that was on the weekend. I think that was a Sunday. So then Wednesday, I think we were talking between, and then Wednesday we were like, all right, we're gonna go and do this thing. So then I went, learned how to do a backflip in like an hour and a half. I don't even think it was that long, really. I just kind of was I was overly, like, I could have gone from the start to a backflip on the floor a lot faster, but I was like, nah, I'm not ready for that. like mentally, I wasn't ready for it. So it took me like an hour and a half to learn how to do a backflip, something I wanted to do my whole life, and I had been like, just never taken the opportunity, never taken the necessary, like, action to make it happen. And so this time when I saw this opportunity, I didn't procrastinate it. I didn't put it off. I didn't say, oh, you know what, that's weird, I'll do it another time. Like, who cares if it's weird? Just do it. You know what I mean? The things that you want to do, you want to do them. And who cares if they're weird? Who cares if it's awkward? She could have said no. All right, cool. She said no. So I'll learn it another way. But, like, she said yes, and I learned how to do a backflip. And it was dope. And it was like that sense of accomplishment you get. That's another thing. The sense of accomplishment you get once you do discipline yourself, or you do spring into action and do the things you don't feel like doing, or do the things that might be scary, or do the things that might feel weird. When you do those things and you accomplish whatever it is that you were trying to accomplish, there's no better feeling. I promise you, there's no better feeling than that feeling. That feeling is like, I don't know, I just can't stop smiling when I feel like the day after I learned how to do a backflip, I was just walking around cheesing. The whole day, just cheesing. And it's like, that's a good feeling. It feels really good to do that. So it's like you sacrifice that negative feeling for that super positive feeling. That negative feeling that holds you back, if you don't listen to that feeling, the feeling on the other side is a whole lot better, I promise you. So, you know, think of something you want to do that you haven't been doing, or something that you need to do that you don't feel like doing, or whatever it is. Just do it. Like, Nike is popular for that. Like, that's their slogan, and I think that they're super successful because that is their slogan. That's like the key, I think, in my opinion, the key to success is to just do it. Don't think about it too much. Obviously, plan things, you know, once you're in it. I think you should start it and then figure it out as you go along. I think that works the best, because you can't really anticipate real life. It's just not possible to anticipate real life in like 100% with 100% accuracy. It's just not possible. So you're always gonna have things that you have to deal with. So you might as well just get into it and figure it out. You'll go through it a lot faster if you do it that way. All right. So, like, subscribe, comment, tell me what you think about what I'm saying. If it sounds like BS, or if it sounds like something that, you know, could actually make a change in your life, please let me know. I'll catch you guys next time. Johnny Marvo, out.